So, where
Um,
did you say you're at? I know you're on possibly the extended, but where did you say
hey,
you're at? You're at.
Jess, I just
I
went
I
live.
just.
I told you I'm at the shootout in the by the creek and everything where Wyatt kills Curly Bill. That's where I'm at. So, well, folks, at first, if you don't succeed, try again. So, um, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna finish up our Tombstone watch party. Hopefully, everybody will migrate from one stream over here. So, for those of you that do follow us over, I appreciate your perseverance and your stick-to-itiveness to continue this. So, for those of you that are watching, I'm unfortunately watching the extended cut. Yeah, Psycho Dwarf 9. Yeah, that was a major drop off. Yeah, Shea, I don't know exactly what happened, whether it was my quote from the movie or whatever, or if it was some sort of comment that was made by one of my panelists, but these things happen. This is YouTube. It happens to everybody eventually, even me. So, Psycho Dwarf 9, I honestly don't know. To those of you that are watching and everything, I unfortunately forgot that I am watching the director's cut. I am at timestamp 139:43, or if you're going by scene, we're at the scene where Wyatt is about to kill Curly Bill Brocious and everything. They're in the shootout there by the creek. So I'm going to hit the play button, and we're going to continue on and finish this puppy up. So on the count of 3, 2, 1, and play. So, well, this has been an eventful week. I get a stream taken down. That's a first for my channel. Wow. Figured I could have gone at least a year before that happened. Yeah, Shea, this is the world we live in, and it is wacky and sometimes strange. So, Shea and Psycho Dwarf, I appreciate you following us back over everything and joining us and everything for part 2 of the watch party. Make one off the cuff comment that YouTube doesn't like, and you get a stream taken down. Yeah, that's mature. Yeah, Psycho Dwarf, I haven't either, but unfortunately, this is, like I said, the world we live in nowadays, and it stinks. But hey, as the old saying goes, no news is bad news. So
I'm gonna be honest. I gotta say this.
This will give me a little bit of YouTube and Twitter street cred.
Hey, I gotta be honest. That whole part there where he's thinking he's about to smoke something, smoke some opium, and he takes a freaking bullet. That is awesome.
Brian, I just saw your message in the private chat. That's awesome, dude. And I get that. I don't get that specific reference, but I get the reference in general.
It's a city in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I know. Psycho Dwarf, I don't know if it was my quote particularly, or if, like I said, it was a comment that was made by the panel. But you know what? I stick up for my panel. All ideas, whether they are unpopular or popular, are welcome here. So I am not going to censor my panelists. And, well, YouTube, to quote my father-in-law, tough titty, said the kitty.
Hey, you know what? As my old Sergeant First Class told me, yes, it was your fault, Reed. So I'll take the hit.
Jess, it wasn't your fault. It's because everybody's.
I guarantee you, it was me.
Oh, Jess, it was no one's fault. Just because an opinion is unpopular doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong.
Oh, I love this water scene. Yeah, boom.
This scene makes me sad. This is a scene where where Billy Zane gets shot. I hate this part.
You know, I like Billy Zane, the actor. He's actually a really good actor. I think he's not gotten, some of the
He's
chances he could have actually had. I mean, that's my opinion.
Shaya, I know you work late nights and I have and early mornings, and I fully respect anybody who does that type of work because I used to do it myself. So, you're man, you're good. You will
Oh yeah,
always
no
be good.
worries.
Yeah,
I had a late
Shaya,
night, got up early. Long day at work.
Shaya, you have been and always will be a part of this community. So you're not going to get any grief from anybody here. And Psycho Dwarf 9, yeah. Where's Wyatt? Down by the river, walking on water. Psycho Dwarf, you're not the only one. I think this is one of the most quotable movies from the 1990s. It really is. So, and here's Wyatt and the fellas.
I'm the same way with Dumb and Dumber.
No. When you think about the '80s and the '90s, the '80s had some of the most quotable movies. The '90s had a very select few of quotable movies, and it got less and less. But yeah, this is one of those movies that is like, one of the last bastions of reminding people that you can still make a good story as a Western.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Wow. I don't think I've gotten a copyright claim on a stream, but I don't think I've ever actually gotten a stream taken down.
Yeah, I got one on a Minecraft video. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow. Just wow. I'd have publicized the crap out of this. Hey, I did a watch party for Tombstone. YouTube took it down.
Join me on Parlay.
Where you go? I'm not going with you. Let me get back to you. I'm sorry, sir. But we got to have some law. Who cares?
And there goes Jason Priestley.
Yep. Well, YouTube, I'm just going to say this to you if you're listening. Review my stream, find I did nothing wrong, and give me back my stream.
Yeah, I would agree.
Or I will go happily over your head and I will repost the stream because I have StreamYard. I can do that. I'm not afraid of you, YouTube or Google. I'm the little channel that could and will.
Oh, Doc.
That's why I got on the Parler app. It's or Parlay or whatever. It's the new social media platform.
Mm-hmm. Shay is like, Ambassador, now you're official. Yep.
It's a badge of honor, sir. Way to go.
Yeah, I said something or I let somebody say something unpopular. I guess I'm official now.
Oh, well.
Here's my badge. But in the moral words of Treasure of Sierra Madre, badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
I'm going to get my communicator pin just for you, man.
Oh, man.
Man, I don't, I've seen Top Gun plenty times, but Val Kilmer, he steals every scene he's in this movie, and
Of course.
it's a joke. No, there was a joke earlier that just popped up again. It was talking about defending Batman Forever, and I just said I took a quote from what was this YouTube channel, honest trailer,
Yeah, you
and
mentioned
it
it
said
earlier.
Batman Forever. It said Batman Forever, and it was like, yeah, this is definitely the worst movie I've seen 37 times. And you know what? Yeah, it fucking is. I love it, and I don't care. I mean, when Val Kilmer is on fire, Val Kilmer is on fire.
Well, and he's on fire. He's right ablaze in this film.
Yeah, we haven't even got to my favorite part of this movie yet.
No, not even close. And of course, can we just give a huge shout out to a great Hollywood legend, Charlton Heston,
Yes.
as Henry Hooker,
That's
the rancher?
that's not even that's not even a question.
Yeah, I know. You tell him I'll be there. Yeah, I know. We're coming up on one of the greatest scenes in film ever. Ever, ever, ever. Mm. And you know, the funny thing is, guys, as quick as they took down that stream, it took me less than 15 minutes to set up a brand new one.
The marvels of modern technology.
I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I take a licking and keep on ticking.
Hey, Ambassador.
Yo,
We gotta do an Unforgiven watch party now.
I'd be okay with that. It's honestly, I have never seen that all the way through, so I would be totally down for that.
It's a good flick.
That's what I've heard.
I really like
let's
Gene
see.
Hackman. He's awesome in that movie.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Actually, you know what's even better than that? Have you seen Gran Torino?
No, not yet.
Yes, I've heard about Gran Torino. I've heard Gran Torino is really, 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 really super good.
Jeez,
And,
dude, could you not be that big of a dick? I just asked if you had heard of the movie. I was asking you both in general. I wasn't expecting you to see the movie. So, jeez, cut me a fucking break.
and
I'm muting now.
And to the chat, all Emerald Doom. My bad. Yeah, takes a look and keeps on ticking is Timex. I just keep going and going and going and going. That's the Energizer Bunny. And Emerald Doom, thank you for following us over here onto the second stream. I appreciate it. Apparently, something was said or done that YouTube didn't appreciate, so they took down my stream. So it took me less than 5 minutes to set up a new stream, send out the link to my guests, and we're back up and running. And we're coming up on one of the greatest scenes ever put on celluloid. The gunfight between Johnny Ringo and John Doc Holliday.
Oh
Psycho
my
Dwarf.
god. I love this.
You know what, Psycho Dwarf 9? That's a good message to YouTube. You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all. YouTube, I will be a thorn in your side. I'll be the biggest thorn this side of the Apostle Paul and the thorn that was in his side. Give me back my stream. That was my stream. I worked hard putting it together. I worked hard putting together the content, as did my guests. Give me back my stream, or I'll put it up around your head. I'm not afraid of you. I have zero craps.
Oh man, Val Kilmer is just.
I know.
I mean, their chemistry between these two actors is.
I know.
I mean,
And they only have 3 scenes, really, if you think about it. If you're talking about Val Kilmer and Michael Biehn, yeah.
I mean, you're talking an antagonist and an antagonist. It's just.
Yeah, Oliver, Emerald Doom, forgive me. Yeah, you can find it real easy on Amazon. And the live stream was just fell down, go boom, and I just kept looking for it to come back. Well, I don't give up. I am persistent as all get out. Here we go. Here we go. Well, I didn't think you had it in you. I'm your Huckleberry.
Kick his ass, Seabass. Oh.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Ringo. You look like somebody just walked over your grave. We started a game I don't believe we got to finish. Play for blood.
I got the authority.
That's not in the movie. Silence. And this time... And you see the look on Ringo's face, and he's just puzzled to all hell. Like, what the hell is going on? And then he goes from 0 to psycho in 2.3 seconds.
Well, he knows it's good. This is only going one way.
Yep.
One of them's going to be dead, and they both know it. So it's might as well just cut the bullshit and be done. And look at that fate. Look at that stare off. Oh my God. And just the say when. Oh my God.
The close up on his lips is just perfect there.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. Goes down to
every time they get on his lips, it's just unbelievable. Say wait, yeah. Boom. Oh yeah.
And that little
smirk.
And he's just tapping the end of his pistol.
Come on. Come on.
Just like that. It was over in a split second. A sword fight between 2 samurai doesn't go that quick. That's what this was really like. Was like a duel between 2 samurais.
Almost like here comes what? My hypocrisy only goes so far.
So far. Indeed.
Strain was more than he could handle.
If you're gonna quote it right. I'm afraid the strain was more than he could bear. I wasn't quite as sick as I made out. Man.
My hypocrisy only goes so far.
I'll say this, they make that wound look good. They really do. They make that bullet hole wound look good.
And they are like, you know what? We're going to go after him. This is not about justice. This is revenge.
Or as Doc said, a reckoning.
Yeah, but I mean, you can call it justice if you want to, but legally, in every sense of the word, we can root for this, but it's still simple. This is revenge, and we all agree that it's we think it's justified.
Yes, it's completely and totally justified.
But you have to remember where you draw that line.
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree.
But yeah,
Wholeheartedly.
that whole point, they went after them, and after reading the history of this, this was not a one-time thing. I mean, they went after them for years. I mean, we're about to get to the point where they're talking about the fact they were going after them for
That reminds
years.
me. And Psycho Dwarf 9, no, I've never. I saw your comment. I just hadn't a chance to comment on. No, I have not seen a quick draw competition, but I have heard they exist. So
I've seen some pretty cool, like mountain man type stuff where they go out there and they have like old mortars and stuff, and they get those ones up, and they do clay with or they shoot more bowling balls out of the mortars, and then it was good times, man.
it is. Well, and for those of you that will catch this, this unfortunately is not the entire watch party. Unfortunately, part of it got taken down due to some sort of guideline restrictions. So you're only getting the last 20 or so minutes of the movie. So my apologies for that. As soon as YouTube relinquishes custody of the other part of my stream, I will repost it and everything. So just be aware of that. So. But yeah, I will wear this proudly as a badge of honor because I can.
I love this scene between them where they're,
At the same
he's on his deathbed, and, the whole thing with his shoes and his feet. The symbolism is just so wonderful. And I mean, if you didn't know, they did have a falling out for a while.
I heard differently and everything, but I think they might have. It's
Or make cards you want.
I'll just fix it there. Yeah. I can imagine everything. It is measured that quickly, Psycho Dwarf, and I appreciate that heads up. Wow. Stubborn, deluded, and bullheaded man I ever met. Well, not what he said, but it's close. But this scene right here is so touching because it really brings you down from all the action and intensity of the movie. And I think that was a very good pacing and a very good choice and everything to have these two small moments and everything or scenes with Wyatt and Doc, and then of course with Wyatt and Josephine at the very end, because you had all that action. Go ahead.
No. Please finish. I'll say something afterwards.
Okay. I think it's a very nice move and everything because you have all that action, all that intensity for so long in the film. But then after that last montage of them going after the cowboys and everything, you have these two scenes. There's no action, no shooting, no nothing. It's just character-focused scenes with our main protagonists. And then, of course, the main protagonist and the love interest. And I think that it balances the movie out. It ends it on a very good note. And then, of course, you've got that voiceover narration by Robert Mitchum and everything. So
yeah. You see, my thing with this is, whether this really happened or not is.
It did.
As far as that matters. Well, yeah, many of these things happen, but if they happen this way, it's irrelevant. These are what are called legends. Yeah. And you're sitting here watching,
A little dramatic
you're watching, yeah, and you're
Yes.
watching our creative license, and you're watching Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer
Mhm.
just go at it, and there's nothing there but just them.
Yeah.
And there's nothing but them. And it's like, oh, look at, my friend Doc Holly bad one, and he looks at his feet and he's like, well, I'll be.
Yeah, my friend Doc Holliday by Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, and I mean, the whole point is that's what friendship really comes down to.
Yeah.
It, you can go years, sometimes even decades without talking. But if you are true friends, when that person gets back to you, you don't ask a damn thing. You just they say, I need your help. You're like, what do you need? Because that's your friend. And they're not, and if they're calling you 20 or so years later,
Mhm.
they're calling you for a reason. That's what a friend is. Oh, I like this. You ever seen the sun? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the fact that he went to see a production of HMS Pinafore and that they actually put on a production of HMS Pinafore. Below there's California.
Oh, Star Trek Insurrection.
I swear to look. I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to go there.
Any kind of reference. I'm going to jump on it. It was a good one, though.
Yes, it was. British ties a soaring soul,
As free
as a mountain bird. His energetic fists will be ready to resist a dictatorial crown. Sing, dwarf, sing. It's the dwarf's like, no. Klingons don't sing.
And they drink prune juice. It's the drink of warriors.
It's like a dwarf. I've never been in a situation like that, so I can't really relate, but I can understand the sentiment. Yes.
I like the winter
Yeah, I do too.
dressing going on them.
Mhm. Well, this is Christmas
when
time,
you
actually.
well, no, it doesn't even matter if it's Christmas time. You always
I'm
have
just
a
making a
rating.
comment that it is Christmas time. Quit being a killjoy.
I was actually trying to add to it, and you just killed the joy. So, thank you.
You're welcome. I died of a drug overdose. And can we just say Robert Mitchum does a great job as a voiceover for this movie?
Yes, and that's not even a question.
Wyatt Earp died in 1929 in Los Angeles.
I gotta be honest. This really was. I mean, when you really think about it, we don't have many westerns coming out in the last, realistically, time frame. But the ones that finally did come out, like
really good,
and Unforgiven, they decided to say, you know what, you want to.
Right.
It's like you want to play with our genre. You want to think we're not relevant. We're gonna go out there and blow your freaking mind, and we're gonna get Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman and Gene freaking Hackman to do it. I mean, talk about a western. I mean, Unforgiven is in my opinion, damn near the best Western ever.
Yeah, I agree. And this one's a very strong candidate for top 10 of all time. Well, Brian, for your first Western in a while, what'd you think?
It was fantastic. I really liked the end where they kind of just brought you down emotionally, nice and slow.
Yeah, yeah.
Gave you a little bit of heartache, but then gave you joy at the end. And I really liked that.
Sorry, not you.
Hey, Brian. I've got a movie for you. It's a very old movie. And I don't know if you'll like it, but I want you to give it a shot, and you might. And it's called Valdez is Coming. It is one of my all-time favorite.
That's amazing.
You guys, neither one of you have heard of it, I'm assuming, right?
Honestly, I never have.
Oh, Valdez is Coming is one of my all-time favorites. It is about a Mexican American, and he is trying to get justice for, or compensation for, a woman whose husband was killed for a crime down in Mexico. And he tries very nicely and everything, and he gets abused, tortured, and then he decides to go about it the old way when he was in the Mexican-American War and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it is just it is a really good movie. I mean, the guy who plays I can't name the actor, but
Burt Lancaster.
yeah.
I'm looking it up right now to see if I can watch it.
Oh, okay. Burt Lancaster. Well, that's a name. Yeah.
Yeah, Burt Lancaster. That's right. Burt Lancaster plays Valdez is Coming.
Yeah, I think it's on Prime Video. Let me look real quick.
So, yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
this,
I mean it. No, go ahead, buddy.
well, this honestly for my first watch party and getting a having to restart it and everything. This is the first for the channel, for the community, for my end of things. So, but for those of you that stuck through with the whole thing, Psycho Dwarf 9, Shea Storm Dragon, my moderator, who has always been so supportive and awesome and everything, into my, because I think we're gonna wrap up here in a few minutes, guys, and everything, because it's 10 o'clock my time, and I've got church in the morning and everything. And I've got a couple other things I want to do before I call it a night. I want to thank you all for sticking it out. I hope you all enjoyed this first watch party. I will probably be doing another one of these next month. And just a heads up, the next couple of weeks, next couple of Saturdays, there will not be any Ambassadorial wing because I need a week off, honestly. And of course, the weekend after that is the 4th of July. So go out there and celebrate the independence of this great nation, despite what some other people might want to say or think. And I will be back I'll be back in roughly 2 weeks or anything with another installment. I will keep you all updated on Twitter and Discord and Instagram and all that other stuff. And then, of course, this Monday afternoon, I'll be continuing my review of Babylon 5 with my two friends, Mountains of Elysium and Adega Outlaw. So, anyway, and I just want to thank everybody that was in the chat in the first stream, Kathia Starr and Darth Hester, number one sci-fi, Admiral, Oliver Franklin Doom. And sir, that is going to be the most awesome name ever that I've ever heard in my life.
Legendary.
Even so, and yeah, Admiral, I will be in touch with you in the next day or so and everything. we'll discuss a few things. But to everybody else that was here, if I forgot you, I am sorry. It's late. I'm kind of tired, but I appreciate you all tuning in for this. As soon as the first part of this watch party gets reinstated, I will repost it, and I will obviously the latter part of this watch party will be up and everything. Not too long from now, and I will have the link to the History Buffs channel and their review of Tombstone and everything, which gives you a little more historical context and everything. So, Brian, Jesse, anything you want to plug or anything before we sign off?
Nothing much for my channel. Brian Hill, the Master of None. I have to work all nights next week, so it's going to be busy.
Sorry, man. Sorry to hear that.
It's all good. I'll be back by the weekend, so it should be pretty fun.
Good.
Yeah, so this next week, come Monday, 6:30 Eastern Daylight Time, we are going to talk on my channel the militaries of Star Trek. So we're going to go from Starfleet to the Imperial, Klingon,
Romulans.
Man. Yeah, the Klingons, Romulans, Star Trek. I mean, we are going to really go into it for all of the 90 minutes I'm going to give us time to, because we've had a lot of offline discussions about great, you guys all want to hide yourselves? Fine, I'll hide myself too. Oh,
Jesse.
then you
I mean, if you want to stare at my forehead, go ahead. About when I'm sitting, back's hurt.
Okay.
So I gotta readjust.
Yeah, I understand.
But no, yeah. The plan is we're gonna have a good time talking about 90 minutes. We're gonna talk about the militaries of different races of the Star Trek universe, and we're gonna have we're gonna go everything from Starfleet, Cardassians, the Bajorans. I mean, yeah, I mean, and the nice thing is we can pick this up 6, 7, 8 times after the fact, because we can always go back and dig more in the wells. But that's what we're all about on that channel, and it's all about that. So we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, it's always a good
talk about that
discussion.
shit.
It is. So
yeah, it is. But hold on a second, Ambassador. After that, we've got some good ideas coming up. But after this Monday, I'm going to be out for about 2 weeks. My wife's retirement becomes official 1 July. My son turns 13 the 3rd of July. My wife and I get our first 4th of July as veterans and retirees together. So I'm going to be out and lighting fireworks off like a motherfucker.
Right on.
Right on, sir. All right. Well, folks, y'all have a good night, and we will catch you next time. And until next time, this is the Ambassador signing off.